This super chat, $2.99 from Cameron. Kemba is out. Is Smart the starting point guard day one? In terms of on-court or on-roster players who could take over for Kemba Walker, you're looking at Marcus Smart to be your point guard. But is he that traditional point guard? I'm not sure. Fascinating to see what Brad Stevens does here. Does he also decide to trade Marcus Smart? Because that's a realistic scenario that could come to fruition as well. You trade away Kemba, you trade away Marcus Smart, and either you free up salary because Marcus Smart only has 1 year left on his contract and you try to lure a free agent in here, or do you try to trade for another point guard? Or is Brad Stevens such a fan of Marcus Smart where he thinks he can be the facilitator on this team? Also, Celtics in the 2020 NBA draft, they took Peyton Pritchard out of Oregon, and I thought he flashed at times this past year in his rookie season. Those are on-roster players who could immediately fill the void of Kemba Walker no longer being there. I just think the Celtics will go elsewhere, going to the free agent market, maybe trying to make a trade for another point guard. But because of that super chat, I do need to crack a beer and take a sip of beer for that super chat. I do appreciate that question. Joel McLaughlin with this question. What team would fit Kyle Lowry next season? I'm looking at the Boston Celtics. I'm looking at the Los Angeles Lakers. And I'm looking at the New York Knicks. I think those are the three top teams that could be suitors for Kyle Lowry on the free agent market this season. Knicks really need a point guard. So too do the Celtics after trading away Kemba Walker. They would also have to free up cap space as well. Lakers in that same boat of having to get creative with their spending. But I think Kyle Lowry on those three teams could really help push them over the top. Let's move ahead to this question from Robert Bruce. Chat Sports, love you guys. Love you too. Sam and Jeremy behind the scenes. Hey. They make all this work on the ones and twos. Celtics still need a dominant number 5. Where do you think they go next with Robert Williams if he can't stay healthy? Well, maybe because Robert Williams can't stay healthy, that's a reason why Brad Stevens brought back Al Horford in this deal. And a lot of people were ripping the Boston Celtics with this deal that came down on Friday. Kemba Walker going to OKC in addition to a first-round pick and second-round pick in exchange for Moses Brown, Al Horford, and a future second-round pick. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, the Celtics lost this trade. I don't think they did, because over the next 2 seasons combined, they're clearing up about $20 million to continue to build around Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and also you bring back Al Horford, who I still think has gas left in the tank, who's been one of the best defenders against a guy like Joel Embiid, who's a in-division, in-conference guy who you have to go up against multiple times a year. And maybe that's insurance for Robert Williams not being able to stay healthy. But Moses Brown also coming back in that deal is something that I liked as well. Does that mean that Tristan Thompson is not going to play for the Celtics next year? I would hope so. Moses Brown averaged around 8-9 points and 9 rebounds last year. He's been a journeyman in the NBA. So I think the move was for Brad Stevens, clear some money to build around our stars, but also fortify the front court, which was a serious problem for the Celtics this past season. Make sure you're subscribed to our main Chat Sports YouTube channel and let this be your NBA offseason hub for the latest free agency, news and rumors, trade speculation as we lead up to the NBA draft. We're also going to continue to break down NBA draft prospects. If you're watching us live on today's Friday show, coming at you soon, our latest NBA mock draft. Go to youtube.com/chatsportstv or hit that red subscribe button down below. Also, we're going to be going live on Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern for the NBA draft lottery. So all reason to subscribe to Chat Sports and turn those notifications on. This person has some serious shade and hatred toward New York. I mean, look at the picture and the YouTube name. New York is garbage. Is there any possibility for a Jaylen Brown for Damian Lillard trade? I've been asked this a couple times, honestly, and I just don't see it happening. Few reasons for that. Like, Jaylen Brown has developed into one of the best two-way players across the league, and he was a gem from when Danny Ainge drafted him. If you go back and watch his highlight clips at Cal, we're looking at an extremely raw prospect who could barely shoot, could barely handle the basketball, and really wasn't all that good offensively. Now, he's getting close to like 40% from 3. His field goal percentage and three-point percentage were very close to Jason Tatum. So I think you keep Jaylen Brown. He's also, with everything going on socially in and around Boston and around the world right now, Celtics fans and the organization really values him from that standpoint and his leadership. I don't think they get rid of him, but Damian Lillard to the Celtics, my gosh, we're talking about lit fireworks for sure. $15 super chat from Ravon. That means I have to take a shot on today's show. Now that Kemba is gone, could the C's fill their point guard opening with a sign and trade for Lowry? Maybe Smart and Thompson with pieces going out. So in theory, this would be a good idea, Ravon, to do a sign and trade. The only problem is Kyle Lowry is a free agent. So he is free to go elsewhere, wherever he pleases. So he doesn't have to sign a contract with the Raptors to be a part of that sign and trade. Now, we saw something similar to this back a couple seasons ago with the Sixers and Jimmy Butler. They signed him to a contract, and they sent him to Miami Heat, and they got Josh Richardson back. Yes, disastrous trade. So maybe something like that happens. And to include Marcus Smart and Tristan Thompson, from the Raptors standpoint, instead of losing Kyle Lowry for nothing, they get back Marcus Smart and Tristan Thompson. I actually really, really like that. There's a possibility that could happen. I would put the chances pretty low, but I do like the thought process. We might as well give you a job here at Chat Sports because those are the types of ideas that we kind of come up with for our segments. So good stuff there from Ravon, and because he super chatted us $15, I got to take a shot. Care Bear Stare. All right, a little bit of a tongue twister there. I'm always down for that. Best guess on who will be the Celtics starting point guard next season. In-house, you're looking at guys like Marcus Smart or Peyton Pritchard. Those are guys on the roster who could take that spot. But Marcus Smart is going to be a free agent after next season, so he is still probably the most valuable trade asset on the roster now that Kemba Walker has left. Maybe they do like maybe they sign Kyle Lowry. Like that's a possibility. I don't think that Brad Stevens, who is very analytically driven and very smart, will go after a guy like Dennis Schroeder. But there are some pretty solid point guards who are going to be on the open market. If I'm the Celtics, I know I can win right now with Tatum and Brown. I'd probably try to go after Kyle Lowry. If you want to talk ball, talk hoops, talk NBA, and chop it up with me, or you didn't get your question answered on today's live show, be sure to hit me up, give me a follow on Twitter and Instagram at Chase_Senior. I made it very easy for all of you, simply. It is the same handle on both social media platforms. Give me a like, a follow. My DMs are open right now. Hit me up, and let's talk some ball. Also, make sure you're subscribed to our main Chat Sports YouTube channel, because here on NBA Now, we go live every single Friday, 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific, bringing you the latest news and rumors around the NBA. On today's live show, we gave you our latest NBA mock draft. We did 2 mailbags. Basically, anything that happens across the entire NBA, we will go live and talk about it. So subscribe by going to youtube.com/chatsportstv and turn on those notifications. Therefore, anytime we push out a video, anytime we go live, you will be notified.